champion that obviously we see more often than not banned. A champion that a lot of players don't have a ton of competitive games on because it is so frequently banned. But now the Mundo being brought out for Cuz.
Yeah, T1 kind of rounding out a lot of damage on their team.
Okay.
And they add even more damage on top of it.
Oh, please. And there's layers to this because Cuz is one of the best Viegos we've had in the LCK. BDD earlier this year had the best Syndra play that I've ever seen, hit a 4-man scatter, and he will be locking it in here.
BDD Syndra. Now, this is also, a scaling champion nowadays, stacking up the splinters, so Mundo will be scaling, Syndra will be scaling as well.
Cuz maybe doing some poking, but I don't think an actual contest is in the works here.
As long as he has his passive up,
Peter is.
He's not too worried. Hex Drake down. BDD waiting in the darkness. Multi-man. The CC layering is there. Doctem on the way in, but he's only level 4. Owner now running for his life. Forced to flash away. Ulti comes out from Faker. He doesn't have a lot of mana left. The Dark Sphere hitting, slowing Faker down. The chase coming through, but they really don't have what they need. Ulti there. His power unleashed. The weak scattered. And first blood for KT.
Before it joins up with the opponents, is going to mean Cuz has an inside route and access to the alligator, though.
That's a Mundo with red buff.
Yeah,
Doran.
Syndra's coming.
Doran.
He's just dead.
You only have one piece of CC.
cornered.
Yeah, that doesn't work on him. He's going where he pleases. Doran, I think this might not have been what you wanted. BDD on the way, hoping to get this donated. Doran, I think.
Well, he's stalling.
Barnott might be in the game, but this is certainly a magical journey for Doran as...
Trying for the execute. It's all he can do, but not going to happen.
Well,
It's important to choose your timings when you go to proxy.
And also a reminder that no matter what you see in a World Final, it's not always going to work in solo queue.
For their Dragon and for their 3 grubs to get to this point.
Pathmaker, Q3, but of course Perfect already used his own ulti. Dominus meets ult advantage for the side of Doran. Forces the flash out, happy to have that small advantage. You highlighted it well, Kobe. They did concede 2 kills, but when you have the gold lead in both objectives, I don't think you're too bothered. BDD taking a bit of damage, but it looks like T1 are just here to help Faker get that push out. Likely continuing to do decent damage. Infernal, good damage as well. Lock up there, but Owner going is unstoppable. Peter caught out for a brief moment, immediately going to be forced to ult. That's the unbreakable. The flash, it doesn't connect. The Q doing absolutely nothing means T1 are able to walk away. A bit of a fumble from Peter, but it doesn't cost KT much yet. Gumayushi standing on the backside, ready to transcend if he needs to. Doctem going all in to try to stop him from getting his fight. Owner on the way in, looking for the reset to keep the fights going. BDD going over, wants to kill Owner, but Owner lives for an extra second. The stun to turn it back. Owner taking over BDD, but the stun does not connect, and Peter's now running. Cuz locked down in the meantime. Perfect is finally here, but it might not matter. Reset on the ulti from Owner means he gets to back away, but the health bars are low across all of T1. KT, this is an insane gamble. Objective, lower and lower, and Cuz gonna take it unstoppable for Perfect. Gets a bit more space. Carria still living. Doctem on the way in, and Guma set the fall. Down goes the 80 carry. Doctem on the way out, the TP in. Fish in a barrel, and it's time for KT to start free firing. T1 thought they had the edge, but in the end, it's KT who take the Drake and the play.
Flashes in to finish off the kill as well, and BDD comes back in time to claim the kill on Faker himself.
In the back for KT, erupting with joy. It looks like T1 had taken it. Yeah, on track, looking good. And I gotta say, Owner, he gets the Kraken Slayer. Uh-oh, Gumayushi has not decided to ult. Doctem might be in trouble here. Knockup does not connect. Peter trying to get a bit more space, and Cuz is on the way in. All of T1 forced to retreat. Maximum dosage popped just to get him in range as BDD then now collapsing on the side lane. Multiple pieces of CC. Stun, initial lockup into Owner is decent. BDD trying to turn back. Sidestep does not work. Owner taking the kill on the Herald. Now there is still vision here from T1 if they do opt to contest.
Oh, there's the TP, there's the flank.
TP from behind, flashing forward. Carry's gonna find the knock on the Doctor, but Peter beautifully stopping the initial engage. Doran from behind, though, more than enough to knock down that 80 carry. KT running.
Huge TP flank. What? It turns into more.
Peter, flash out, reset from Owner. Unstoppable for a moment. Owner setting up for the angle, but he's not going to overcommit. Reset on the ulti, taking him out as T1 start the objective.
Incredible. And Peter, that cow is in the wrong area.
Definitely was. You could see how he had a bit of hope, a glimmer of hope. He peeled 2 people, but when the third comes in, when it's Doran on that flank.
Getting larger and larger as Carria not sitting on
Peter,
Smite.
Hex Flash, Pulverize, knocks Carria back over the wall, and here comes Doctem. Down goes Carria. A little bonus kill on top of the Drake, certainly nice to have. Doran very likely to just have to concede this tower. So KT get the Drake, they get a kill, the Redemption now used as well, and it's on Doran to instantly delete this wave. It's working out well so far, but can he keep his life? TP's coming in from the side of T1, but it's just Faker and Guma off to the side. They don't have the tools to keep the fight going. KT going to respond. All of T1 now retreating, and the Unbreakable from Peter also means that even if they see one of these isolated members, it might not be the right choice to go in, as Perfect and Doran continue to fistfight. Perfect, of course, doesn't have TP and wants to make sure that Doran can't get out of here. Going all out in the middle, Pathmaker hitting the Q3 does not connect, crucially, so Doran will walk away, but he walks away ultless. Losing control of that Tri-Brush is big. Scatter going wide, also massive. It's a huge cooldown at this point in the game. Perfect over the wall with the Blast Cone. Knocks back Guma. Redemption going down. Cuz holding onto the maximum dosage as long as he can, but it's Faker off to the side. Not too isolated. 5K on the Drake. Getting lower. Eyes on Peter. The Alistair to make the play as Faker tries to zone away. KT, it's Peter in the clutch. Scatter to fall, but the fall damage is not there. Exhausted is Faker. And Carrier tries to turn it back, but he's all by his lonesome. Doran cannot get into the back line. KT managed to find the initial kill. It's Perfect starts to pop off. Guma missing completely. They get the Drake, but it might cost T1 everything.
He flashes into the wall, and that might be the Otacon going over to KT.
Cuz continuing to go where he damn well pleases. T1 forced back. The tier 1 tower starting to fall. Otacon already getting started by the remaining members of T1. Peter waiting as well.
They didn't have their burst damage there with them.
As we see Score and the coaching staff, I think they felt necessitated because Faker got engaged on. So you have to pull the trigger. Doran tries to salvage the play. I think in the moment that's the right call, but without Guma or Owner, you just don't have the damage to kill that Corki. You know?
Learn from the previous game. Will not wander into the fog of war, whether it's Renekton or Sion. The lesson has been learned as Cuz has been caught out. Initial CC is good. Cuz getting bursted through with the flash over the wall keeps him standing. Peter trying to zone away. Ulti from Guma means they want to keep this fight going. Good scatter, but doesn't quite connect on Gumayushi critically. He's able to just free fire. KT forced backwards, but Faker now half HP.
And Peter, what a psychopath. He went in instead. A lot of damage to come down, and KT, they're looking for the chase.
Cuz connecting the Cleaver, still has access to the maximum dosage, zoning all of T1 away. Faker just barely able to make it out. TP is his. He can get back to this fight if KT try to force the Baron.
Flip it. Faker can TP back in. A lot of cooldowns are gone, though. Look at the ultimates that aren't available for T1.
They have to be careful of moving into the choke, and they know it. Owner trying to approach from another side. The potential for BDD to line up a multi-man scatter for it to end the fight in a blink of an eye is massive, but once again, it's the flank that they're looking for. But it's Doran caught out! BDD unleashing his power. Cuz using the maximum dosage as KT start to push into Gumayushi. He's ultless, he's helpless, there's nothing he can do! Mundo pushing further and further into T1's back line.
KT are doing it! The stun from BDD right onto Renekton as he's trying to go through the wall. BDD stuns him as he dashes, and the reward might be Baron.
There is still the opportunity for a steal. Owner's there. He doesn't have his ultimate though. Flash about to come up. If they don't steal this, KT might set up for a soul point as well.
Teleport.
Coming in from BDD, well called. Potential 50-50. The Mundo damage.
Owner.
The auto carrier trying to zone. Peter on the way and wants to knock them out of the fight. The objective getting lower and lower, but all of T1 deleted! In the blink of an eye, KT take everything!
And it's Peter even there on a really deep flank angle, and Faker on this Victor trying to make the flank work as they just don't have the tools to deal with this Mundo. He's just not taking any damage.
And KT, they've got Baron, they've got a 4,000 gold lead. They also have the Otacon buff still.
T1 have found themselves in deficits in a game like this. It was the three of us. JDG looked like they had them on the ropes, and they found the comeback as the TP comes in.
TP from behind, they want to catch out Perfect. Perfect can try and use Doran as an escape route. Carrier has to be careful, but Pathmaker already used means that Perfect is in trouble. Q3 back through, using Carrier now to escape. Perfect on his way out. It's not the Rek'Sai, but once again, it feels like he's going to escape. All of KT looking to collapse. Eyes on Faker and Doran as Perfect flashes out to safety. That's the ulti used by Guma. KT pulling back, keeping Perfect alive. Doran wants to make the difference. Cuz goes in! T1 making it happen. Guma fails the flash. It stops the fight from going through. Doran getting whittled down. And in the end, it's Cuz again who refuses to drop. Peter with the CC. I cannot believe it. KT holding on as T1 in the end might finally get to the moon. Now, no! Who comes out ahead?
this scrap. Faker trying to chase down the extra kill, but so is Cuz.
I think the time has worked out better for KT here. Look, the jungler for KT is up because he is unbothered. He's about to secure them that Chemtech soul.
T1, the pressure point is on them. KT have baited them into the trap. Peter from the darkness finding Doran, but not the ideal carry as Guma and Faker are still untouched for now. Gravity field to lock them up. Maximum dosage. Cuz getting lower, but still living. The Mundo refusing to die, and Guma Yuchi drops. KT taking it across the finish line. Faker forced back. The bot lane open. The TP there for BDD. KT moving to match point.
The KT roster coaster keeps going up and up.
We're still not done. KT about to go up match point in the telecom war in the world's final.
A story at this tournament of dominance when it started, and people doubted the quality of their opposition, and then they beat Gen G, and now they're taking T1 to match point. KT monstrous in Worlds 2025. Let's see what the AD has to say about it.